Thank you. I wonder if anybody enjoys travel as much as I do. I've been doing it for years and years, and yet I still experience a wonderful thrill when the plane touches down at Los Angeles Airport, or any airport. More than anything else, I suppose, it's people that make a trip enjoyable. You don't pick your fellow passengers, and it's just as well. This way you meet the whole spectrum of humanity and learn things you'd never know otherwise. On rare occasions, however, you find yourself a captive audience to the guy sitting next to you. And if he happens to be depressed or unhappy and talkative to boot, well, it might not be the most stimulating experience imaginable. That happened to me a couple of years back on a plane trip I took. I can't even remember where we were headed for, but I'll never forget the passenger assigned the seat next to mine. I listened to him talk about his troubles for a half an hour or so, and it was a tale of gloom and misery so deep and unrelenting, I was beginning to get depressed myself. Finally, this fellow said to me, "I wish somebody could tell me how to overcome this melancholy of mine. Too bad you're not a doctor. Then at least you might write me out a prescription." Well, I'm no medical doctor, but I sensed what was ailing this young man. "I have no prescription blanks," I told him, "but I'm going to write you out a prescription anyway, right on the back of this napkin." After this word, I'll tell you about this prescription I wrote out for him. Since there was no doctor handy, I jotted down my own prescription to chase away the gloom that had depressed this fellow sitting next to me on the plane. First thing I wrote was this: prescription for gloom. 1. Mentally switch your attitude of cynicism and despair to one of trust in the goodness of life. 2. Increase whatever amount you give to charity by 10%. He stopped me and said, "Now, why did you drag that one in? How's that going to make me feel any different?" "That, my friend," I said, "is a surefire antidote for your self-pity. You need to get outside yourself. The more you give, the more you'll be relieved of the feeling that the world is out to do you in." Well, I thought I'd never see him again. But months later, I got the surprise of my life when he dropped in to see me. I scarcely recognized him. He was buoyant, alive, energetic. Not the slightest trace of despondency or gloom. "You know," he said, "that prescription of yours worked wonders, Dr. Peale, except you didn't go far enough. I increased my donations to charity by 20% instead of 10. It's just what I needed. You see, my disease was a little worse than you had diagnosed."